Sports Tonight is back again. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. So much is going down in our world of sports. Yes, we told you yesterday how France made it to the final of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. England and Croatia are fighting for that final slot in the final place. It was England that got the first go through. Kieran Trippier, and then Perisic equalized for Croatia. So it's 1-1 as we speak. It's a semi-final match, so it's expected. Might just even get into penalties. Who's going to get it? That should lead the discussion on the program tonight. We're also following it judiciously, just so when that final ticket is finally picked, we're going to tell you right here on the show. But for now, information that you can use. England won, Croatia won. That should get us talking on the show tonight when we get into it proper. Also on the show tonight, we'll find out what's going on at Wimbledon. Yes, defending title holder, you know him, Roger Federer. It was knocked out. Yes, he was sent out of this year's championship by South African Kevin Anderson. We were rooting for Kevin, and you know why? He's from South Africa. So Kevin Anderson did the impossible, called that an upset, and you're not wrong, by defeating Roger Federer. It was a marathon of a race as the Swiss 8 times champions and top seed at Wimbledon was beaten 2-6. 6-7, 7-5, 6-4, and the last one went all the way to 13-11, and Kevin Anderson picked that up. But Novak Djokovic is still powering on. Maybe Novak might just, make a statement at this year's Wimbledon Championship. We will talk about it big time on the show when we get to that one. On the program tonight, we will continue that ugly story of athletics in Nigeria. I started it yesterday, but we couldn't get hold of Charles Hima. I was in Ijebu. We will continue the discussion today, from the faulty elections to not doing well at the World Championships in London to coming back home to year of rancor between board members and the president. Athletics in Nigeria is slipping. Just yesterday, the junior athletes couldn't make it to Finland. Federation says visa issues. Some athletes said no, they didn't even submit their passport. So what's going on with athletics in Nigeria? We want to understand the problems today, because it's when we identify it that it will be solved. So athletics will get our attention on the show. We use it to wrap up. 3 persons are standing by to let us understand what's going on, because we love our athletics. Come on, remember back in the day, athletics gave us all the good things to talk about sports in Nigeria. Today, this is what we're talking about. Athletes not being able to go to championships as close as neighboring Kenya. Disappointing story of athletics in Nigeria. Let me bring you into everything that we will be discussing on the program tonight, Sports Tonight, on Channels TV, your award-winning, sports-loving Channels Television. So much is going down. Yes, I know you're following what's going on at the World Cup. Let's continue discussion here. Talk to us on Twitter, Channels_sports, verified Twitter handle. So I want to hear from you on the program. Is it England or Croatia that will make it to the final to play France on Sunday? On Twitter, Channels_sports, Facebook, Channels-sports. Send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. It gets better. All our top stories can be viewed on our website. It's channelstv.com, and on YouTube, /channelsweb. If you log on to m.channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for any of those devices you see right there, your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phone can also do it. Log on to m.channelstv.com, download the app, and you will be part of everything that will be going down on the show tonight. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. I call it the Fun Fact Factory. We do everything as regards sports here. We dissect the issues. We bring you the major players. We also tell you what's going on, because I'll tell you what's happening in that game between England and Croatia. Is the second semi-final match at the 2018 FIFA World Cup. So it's appropriate that will bring you updates. Let's get into the World Cup zone. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let me welcome the guys in the studio. Joseph Mukuzi is back on the show. Joseph, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, always a pleasure, Austin. Pulsating man you're watching, and very, I can imagine how the English will feel at this point, because they've really been they've been playing well, and the Croatians had to, equalize the way they did. I felt that the goal was a suspect, considering the fact that the foot of that Perisic was quite high, and I'm sure it actually hit, the England defender there. I just hope that we'll just see how the game pans out.
That's right. We're monitoring it. The goal went in. Referee says it's a goal. Inyobong Monday is also with us. Inyobong, good to have you on the show.
Austin, I remember when we sat here and we're talking 100 days to the World Cup. We're absolutely buzzing with excitement, but it looks like it's coming to pass now because the World Cup is in its final four teams in the World Cup. We already have a finalist, and we're hoping that one will be emerged. We're not hoping, actually. He will emerge, and whether it will be Croatia or whether it will be coming home, we're not quite sure. Awesome, good to see you, and I know I'm not allowed to ask the questions, but how was Russia?
Russia was good, and when you appreciate them, you say spasiba.
Yeah.
That's thank you. Let's get on with the show now. Let's talk about the first semi-final match between France and Belgium. Joseph, we knew it was going to be tight. If you give me money, I won't know where to put it because it's France versus Belgium. Belgium have been admirable. France have been fantastic, but in the end, it was Samuel Umtiti's goal that made a difference.
Yeah, the Belgians had everything. I mean, in terms of quality of players, one could easily look at them and say, on a good day, they should stroll through. But the French knew they had their work cut out. What they did was they sat back initially, soaked up the pressure, and gradually strode into the game and did what is needful and contained the Belgians, really the excesses of the likes of Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne. Hazard was troublesome all through, but they were able to contain them, and gradually they got into the game, had their chances, and at the end, what a goal from Umtiti. Of course, you have to blame Manuel Fellaini there for not picking him up, because I mean, he's actually taller than Umtiti, and how he was able to beat him to it and get the header is something that I'm sure watchers will be wondering how it was able to happen. But the French team, good quality. I mean, you can't bet against them anytime, any day. They have it all, and they deserve to be in the final.
Inyobong, from the moment they swept aside Argentina, they said to the world, catch us if you can.
It was a clear message, and the speed of Mbappe was frightening. I saw there was an opportunity where he got behind. Was Jan Vertonghen, but Courtois came off his line quite quickly to snuff out the danger. They look quite exciting, and the one thing about this French team isn't just about the fact that they've got really creative players in Griezmann and the pace of Mbappe and very fancy Rolls Royces like Paul Pogba in the middle of the park. But the one thing they do very well is the fact that they know how to manage a game. Yesterday wasn't a game to go release the horses and go out and attack in numbers. They sat very deep, and as Joseph said, they soaked up the pressure, and when it was time to go forward, they went out, and it was great to see. It was great to see, but I'm very sure Maran Fellaini had nightmares because how Samuel Umtiti beat him there, I will never know. But it was a professional performance by France. I saw the performance against Uruguay, and I thought it was really good. I thought they understood segmenting games, understanding the how a game is evolving, and they did quite well. And I don't think anybody will put his money against France in this tournament because they've not been spectacular, but they're getting the results, and that's very important.
And they've been playing as a team, staying focused, being compact in midfield. And that's Umtiti's third national team goal, and that's arguably the most important goal that he has scored for his country.
Could have easily played for Cameroon, Austin.
Very far from me.
I was avoiding that.
With all the issues with Pekafu, he would not have lasted more than a Nations Cup.
I know.
They would have owed him.
Tells us the story of sports in our continent. Administratively, they were not doing the right things. You wonder that if he had played for Cameroon, what would have been his fate? He wouldn't even qualify for the World Cup. Now he's in the final of the World Cup, so it means there's still a lot of work to be done if sports in Africa should be admirable. But that's what it is. France, they are in the final. And a lot of persons say, yes, they deserve to be in the final because of the sort of football that they've played. But if Nigeria had made it to the round of 16,
who would have played
would have beaten France. Also, you think you come on my show and don't laugh?
Also, it would have been interesting to.
It would have ended for them.
No,
it would have ended for them.
Also, it would have been interesting.
We would have learned from our last loss, and somehow, if we had played that match, we would have felt there was nothing to lose. We've lost to them before, and at this time, we would have come out openly and attacked. I'm sorry, and at that point, it would have been said that we have achieved our milestone,
don't even like
and we can afford to
football.
Exactly.
We would have said to ourselves, we lost to these guys in the round of 16 in Brazil. They can't do them to us.
Austin would have been pushing our luck too far, and against this French team, and the quality in the side, in the French team, they've got individuals who can snap a game in a flash, and that's something they do very well. On yesterday was Umtiti, the other day was Mbappe, the other time was Griezmann. So they've got individuals in their dressing room who can turn the game and just grab one game by the scruff of the neck, and it would have been very hard. But you never know with the way the Super Eagles played with real spirit.
Now, I'm just saying, we're just saying. So let's not push it. In the other said the other day it was Titi, then the other time it was Mbappe, and then it was Antoine Griezmann. That's the question. Where will it be Olivier Giroud?
No. Olivier Giroud he's more of a hard-working, attacker.
Well, he's doing a good job.
He's doing a good job in terms of his industry, his activities generally.
Knocking
tends
balls
to
down.
Trouble defenders a lot, give them lots of work. And when it comes to area balls, even on the side of defending, he's also very, very relevant. So they need a bully, sort of a bully kind of player. He might not be creative, but once he's there, he's always a threat.
But fans will say just score goals for us. Score goals, Giroud. So we're still monitoring that one between England and Croatia. When Kieran Trippier scored that goal, they started singing the song again, It's Coming Home. And then Perisic said, not yet.
Put the champagne back on ice.
put it back there. But it's football, Joseph, and at this stage, it can go anywhere.
Yeah, I was just looking, in the first half, the England team actually had more chances. I mean, I knew the way, if you had chances like that in games like that, you have to take them. It was very, very close chances, and I felt that they would have been 2 goals up. But immediately, the Croatians got into the game and they equalized. I was watching the game before we came into the studio. The Croatians have started creating chances. So all of a sudden, the English defense that was very, very potent have started making mistakes. And at the rate at which they are doing, I mean, it won't be out of place if the Croatians get it to, go ahead. But it's still an open game, and both teams. But the Croatians tend to have contained, the excesses of the English attackers. We've not seen much of Harry Kane. Rashford came in; he hasn't done much. So it's still an open game. But the Croatians right now, they look like a team that could get the second goal.
Yeah. Which of the final will get us talking? France-England or France-Croatia?
France-England will get us talking because of the English press and how powerful and very influential they are in the media. I think they'll get their hashtag out there, and it's coming up. It will be an absolute cracker. But I think I'd like to see a France-Croatia, because I want to see good football. I want to see pragmatic. I want to see teams come out and just make an absolute spectacle of a World Cup final. With England, you get a sense that if they get into the final, they might look at themselves and say, well, the underdogs there, nobody's expecting us to win the World Cup. We can soak this game up, allow the French team come at us and all of that. So I don't think it would be a particularly fairy tale final, really, if England get to the final. I'd like to see Croatia from a sentimental point of view. I've seen Croatia in this tournament, and they've been developing. They've had to play 120 minutes in the last 2 games and another one now.
That's a good show of mental strength.
It's great strength.
And don't blame Niobong if he's saying he wants to see Croatia in the final. He's a Nigerian. And I've been speaking to Nigerian fans. They want Croatia in the final too, so they can say, you see? When they defeated Nigeria 2-0, we told you they were a good side.
Personally, I would like to see England qualify for the final. It would be a great delight. And in terms of policy, you realize that the English team is really, really very sound in terms of the policy that brought them into bear. You see the players, they're not really fantastic, but they've benefited from great coaching at club side level. And when you see the way they play, you know that they are very, very schooled in the act.
You are taking the discussion to, so just hold your thoughts. It just brought structure into place. Let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere. Stay.